Good morning, welcome back to the French Pyrenees. It is pretty chilly, seeing as it's supposed to be springtime now, but in this video we are going to try and finish this retaining wall. And as you know, this retaining wall is the final wall before we start on our house build, which is going to be just over there. We've got to make a good job on this retaining wall because it's retaining the driveway, which is just there. So we're doing it a standard Bloc Bancher, which is a French method of basically dry concrete blocks, filling it full of rebar horizontal and vertically, and filling all the blocks with concrete. So there's no mortar in between the blocks. In the last video you saw me do the first course of this, where there is mortar on the base, but that's really just to settle it in and get everything level. All the next courses are basically just dry fit.
So first things first, I just need to remove all the wood that we put over that first layer of block to protect from the rain that we had last night.
Right, let's get on with it and see if we can get this wall done this week.
Yay! Yeah, I'm in the grooves.
We've just put the horizontal rebars in, so we're going to have 2 in each course as we go up. And this is what it looks like. The grooves are already in for the rebar. The center groove is to allow the pour of concrete. So once you've got several courses on and you're dropping in the liquid concrete, all of this will flow nicely with a bit of vibration, of course, but all it will flow in, and that's why I cut that little chunk out in this corner block here. Next course is a dry course, so we're going to fit that on now, and then that will follow on onto the foundation just over there, and that's when we've got to start laying out for the other rebar. Right, I've dry fitted all the blocks, so I've even cut one ready, but they're all dry fitted in place. Dry fitted it this time just so I could mark it up, saves all the measuring and everything, and then we're just going to take them off, put them to one side. I'm going to drill all the holes to the rebar and get those fitted so we can actually start setting this first course, the horrible tough course.
I've miscalculated that blowout. It went all over me. Now I know why Ian gave me this job. I am absolutely covered. Outside and inside, my glasses, my mask, down my top. Ooh. We've managed to get our first course of blocks on this second section of footings. While Ian's just doing the pointing, I'm tidying up, and then the next stage, the same as the first section, we're working back down on the first section. We're going to get our rebar and set the rebar into these 2 grooves, but now we're on our second layer of block on the first section, if that makes sense. So that's what we've got next to do. Measure rebar, cut it and place it on that second row, and once we've done that, we're going to go and start taking our blocks from the pile, putting them on, so we've got 3 layers before we continue with this section. We'll let this dry and come back tomorrow.
So we've got 1 more block to go on top of this section here, so we've 4 blocks, and all I'm going to do is make a U-shape form here, 2 and the end, and then clamp that on, and then that will form the end of the wall here. Again, this will all be rendered and covered anyway, but I thought that would be the easiest way. So I've got 1 more block to cut when I'm on there, put the form round, and we're good to go. We're going to do 4 blocks and then fill with concrete. So that will leave 3 blocks on the higher level to do at a later date. Right, it's the next day. Oh, we never start the day without a coffee. But we were a bit late on site because I had to wait for a delivery. And I couldn't remember what I'd ordered because we'd got everything. You know, we haven't ordered anything. And I don't know, 2.5 years ago, I think it was at the end of COVID when we were starting this project, well, before we started this project, I got drawn into one of those Kickstarter projects because it looked good. And I ordered this, it's called a Recon Tomahawk tape measure.
Oh.
It must have been, yeah, over 2 years ago. And I really haven't followed it since then. And yeah, it arrived. I can't believe it. So I'm going to take it out of its box now. It's not an unboxing video or anything else. I paid for this 2.5 years ago. And
honestly, this is the truth.
Julie didn't even know anything about it. It's one of those when you get bored on one evening and go, oh, that looks really good.
You're saying I'm boring company?
I'm hoping it is as good as it looks.
It's a big unit for just a tape measure, Ian.
I know, but it's lasers and everything else, and it adds all the different measurements. So when I shout you the cut list on the miter saw, you'll be able to go, okay, and give me a complete package of lumber, timber, wood.
Ian,
right.
You're living in dream
Oh,
world.
no. Right, coffee, and then more wall.
Oops, I got this end. Just put our last 2 rows of rebar on this top layer of block. That's really as far as we can go now with regards to the wall today. So I'm just going along with my ties where the 2 bits of rebar meet, the join. Again, I'm just tying them off together so there's no movement when we come round to doing the filling.
So the next stage is to basically put a manhole here. This manhole needs to go in line with that one there, but just down here. So we'll get that dug out now. Go straight down.
I know, but
Listen to the supervisor. Well, we got it in just before the rain started, but I'm going to leave it there until I dig the other side, and then we can push the conduits in, and then I'll concrete a little bit, just put some mortar around the back here, and then spray foam all to seal it all up. But for now, I'm just going to put the lid back on, and hopefully that will seal. Good morning, we're back on site. Time to get the little mini digger out. I just want to scratch a small trench from one manhole to the start of the wall, and then we're going to lay the conduit. Quick coffee first though before I start, but it just shows I'm so used to the skid steer now, how smooth the skid steer is. You jump on this thing and whoa, it's a bit of a bucking bronco. So just got to get used to those controls again. One thing we totally forgot is when we poured the concrete slab, we had about a cubic meter of concrete left over, and we poured it down this slope to form this sort of little driveway right across where we want to put this conduit. It's only thin, but because I'm on a slope with the digger, I'm being dragged forward. So I'm just going to try and hammer drill a little bit of it out, crack it, and then I can use the digger just to pull it out again. But yeah, no job's easy, is it? All right, I got 3 holes in the bottom, and I'll run 3 small conduits across now. Measure this out a little bit. Hold on, wait for me. All right, on. If you jump out of the way.
tip it.
Yeah. least I got back up the bank without toppling over. So this one, we've got all the conduits in. So we've got the electrical from the garage, the water from the garage. So the house is actually going to probably supply the garage with fresh water. So that's going off to the house. And this one here will go off to the house too. And then we've got that spare little grey one. I don't know if there's some lights or something like that. Just put it on a bit of this shuttering. Because this end is totally open. Ooh. We're halfway through the mixes to fill this wall for the first 4 blocks and 3 blocks, the first section. So we must have done how many? 2, 4, 5, 6 mixes already, and we're nearly halfway, I would say. But yeah, it's a long struggle. And for those who had a lot of questions actually, or comments about why don't we put this down the bottom and mix down there. But the fact is, we've got a trailer load of aggregate there, sand and gravel. We've got all the bags of cement up here that were delivered, and we've got the water up here. So it's easier to mix here, this connected to the same electricity. And it's not a very steady machine at all. So I prefer just to dump it into the barrow basically here and move that down there, and then I bucket it out into the wall.
Silence for the first time this afternoon. Oh, no cement mixer on.
Huh?
Ian's getting down to the last few buckets of cement, and I'm just waiting to see whether we do a full, a half load. Not really sure.
Not even a half.
We haven't got much that we need to make to finish this off.
Whether we save that one, this corner, to do when we do them all.
Do the top.
Well,
oh yes, we've got another. Yeah, we still have to go up another 3 rows.
2, I think.
2. We've lost count. We're tired today. So this morning we came up, been very productive. We dug our trenches across there to put our service lines in. So that's the first time we're actually connected properly now. The off-grid workshop garage site with those conduits under there now. We've now connected to the second phase of our off-grid plot, house build. And today, oh my goodness, I've shifted over 2 ton of sand and gravel mix. This was my second trip to the quarry today. Oh, but it's been beautiful today. Ooh. Here we go. Last vibration of the day, hopefully. Very thirsty today, but we've got it done. We've got it all done.
Good morning from the plot again. Well, we did most of the wall yesterday, and that's why I am looking so tired. Yeah, took a toll on us. Basically Julie doing the mixes, me pouring every single ounce of that concrete into the wall by a bucket. It is the only way we think it's doable without having a pump. And pump here, concrete pump here would have probably cost us 1,500 euros, plus the delivery, etc., the concrete. So that was a no-go. So that's why we're used to doing it ourselves. And I think we got into some sort of routine. So this morning, I'm going to finish off with the final 2 blocks. I've only got to go from that rebar there all the way around just to the end there. So 2 blocks high. Julie's just gone off to get some more rebar because I doubled up on the rebar here. You're supposed to put 2 in, but on the other wall I only put 1 in. So I calculated for only 1, and yeah, we thought we'd do a proper job this time. And she's also gone to get 5 more bags of cement. We're getting through this quite a lot. So right, I will do the blocks while she's gone to the builder supply. Well, that's all I can do. I can only do 1 more course. I'm still waiting for Julie to get back from the builder supply, because now we have to lay the 2 horizontal rebars all the way around, and then the final horizontal rebars will be on the top of the final course, and that will bite into, or the capping concrete will basically bite into that rebar and secure all that. So 5-minute break. I'll wait for it to come and then we can get on with that. Right, on and right.
Manly man, let's do it. Oh, it's dried up a lot, hasn't it?
So Julie's finally arrived with the rebar, so we can get this done.
He's moaned at me. What have they done? Forged it?
And the guys at the builder supply felt so sorry for her with the grinder. So they got big cable snips out and did it for her. That's why I always send Julie, because they tend to load the truck up instead of just leaving it on the floor and waiting for me to load it up. Yeah. So I send Julie and she does.
That grumpy git, he could do it himself. They see me and they go, no, she's lovely.
Right, we'll get this rebar in now. I think coffee first though.
Yes. Well, back to twizzling my rebar and put another row of blocks on whilst I was away getting the cement. So the wall's growing. Get a few more rows on. And
only 1 more row.
Oh, is it 1 more? For some reason I keep thinking we're putting 3 on, but it's only 2 rows. Yeah. So I've got 1 more to put on, and then it's back to cement.
Another beautiful day. It's supposed to rain tonight though, so we'll put some boards on here. Julie's just gone off to get yet another ton and sand and gravel, so that's probably what, 4 ton at least, no 5 ton for this wall, including the foundations. So this type of wall building, these retaining walls, are not the cheapest on sand, cement and gravel, but they're very, very strong, I must say. So I'm just finishing off this last little corner, this top section, and then we will put some boards over the top just in case it rains, not that the rain will probably harm these, and then we'll have a bit of a tidy up, because that'll be the last bit of concreting we do. And well, we've got to put the caps on actually. We do have to raise this up probably 10 centimeters, 6 inches or so, 150 mil, to get it to the same level as the garage here. So in a minute, or when Julie gets back and we finish this bit of concreting, we're going to put a laser level there and double check, because Julie still can't believe this is the same level as the garage. So we'll wait for a return. I'll back it all down again, and then we'll get the final probably 2, maybe 3 loads done. Then we can have a rest. Next day, back at the plot, just checking the wall. It rained quite a lot last night, but it all looks all right. We'll show you that now. But in the meantime, just to quell Julie's worries, this wall here should be the same level as the top of the wall over there, minus this concrete cap. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just set the level up, the laser level up. I'm going to go over to the wall now. And hopefully it won't be too far off. So it's 16 centimeters. The height of the laser from the wall. So that is 14. So the top of this wall here is already 2 centimeters higher than the top of that finished wall. So in theory, well, it's okay though, because having this slightly higher will do the job. We're just going to check it in relation with the garage floor over there. Okay, so this wall is perfectly level with the garage wall. So we don't really need to put a cap on it, but just to finish it off, I'm going to put on probably a 20 centimeter cap all the way across the top, and that will be slightly higher than that over there. So Julie worried that this wall was much lower and we needed to put a whole new block on top. It was a little wrong.
Okay, I've been proven wrong, but this whole site, every time we've done something, it's the illusion of slopes, and I am a worry freak. And even now, I'm standing here, I've just watched Ian, that over there still looks, and this is all being done and widened because of me and my reversing skills. I am terrified of reversing out of that carport and not having enough room to come out to go forward to be able to drive up the drive front ways. Yeah, there's enough room here to manoeuvre an Arctic lorry.